Nova Minerals Ltd, ASX NVA on the Australian Stock Exchange, and also NVAAF on the OTC and QM3 on Frankfurt Stock Exchange, is a gold explorer in Alaska. And joining me right now is Chris Gerteisen. Hello, Chris.
Hi, Tim. Good to be with you again.
Great to have you on. Now, listen, you've made an announcement today and a very aggressive drill program. Let's talk about three things. Firstly, your aggressive program, and what a huge result. I mean, you know, you think bulk tonnage, you don't expect to see 11.7 grams show up on that drill section.
That's right. So to date, so for 2021 to date, we've drilled over 30 holes now, coming up over 15,000 meters on our way to 50,000. Got 3 drill rigs going, and a diamond drill rig's going. Another diamond drill rig's been ordered just because, this exciting news. We're really ramping things up. Another one's been ordered. That's due to arrive here in the coming months. Big long lead time on these rigs, hard to get nowadays. I also have that RC rig out there, which we're going to be firing up to scout drill throughout the Korbell Valley. But that's right. So in these results now are starting to flow out. This is the second or third that we've had so far this year on the results with these significant intercepts. If you remember the previous news release to this one, hole 66 and 68, I believe was another screamer. You know, similar kind of things, 60, 70 meters, 100, up to 100 meters at a gram or more of material. And then within that 40, 50 meters, it's, 1.5 to 2 grams, these type of intercepts. And so, and this news flow will just continue with all this drilling. There'll be more results coming out, very frustrating with the labs and these commercial labs to get these results. I know people are frustrated. We're getting to them as soon as we get them. It's just, it's been 8 or more weeks out, but very significant. As you said, bulk tonnage type deposit. So we got 500 million tons out here. And so when you're dealing with these type of deposits, and you come across intercepts like this, our average grade is 0.3, 0.4.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
why you're calling them
so
blowout zones, which is an interesting terminology.
Right. So recall our previous drilling was on drill pads at 500 meter spacing. Now we're infilling at 100 meter space lines. And when you start to get internal to these deposits, we're just seeing these very high density vein zones. And that's where we're getting these great results. These most recent results, this release and the previous ones, are right in the guts of what we've defined, identified as our starter pit area. And so, with this scoping study that we wanted to release in July, what's happened here now, when you're dealing with, of course, this type of bulk tonnage, 500 million tons, if you can have a grade increase of even 0.05 or 0.1 grams per ton, we can get that average grade up to 0.4, 0.5, 0.6. And that, we're talking about adding millions of ounces to the resource. And absolutely, right?
I mean, everyone's heard of the $6 million man, but very shortly you'd be the 6 million ounce man going towards 10.
Right. Well, you do the math. Add 0.05 grams per ton to 0.1 grams per ton to 500 million tons, and you're talking about million to 1.5 million ounces there. Raise it by 0.2, and you're over like 3 million. So that's what we're dealing with. And what's happened is, we're with this scoping study. We wanted to release this month. Mm-hmm. The engineers have come back to us, and we're about 80-90% complete with that. They've come back and they go, "Whoa, we thought." Last news release was maybe an anomaly, but it's just continuing it with this news release. And then what we're observing in the drill core now, as you said, observing more of these blowout zones. So we expect additional good results to come out. They said, "Oh, let's hold on here. We need to rethink this, because why release a study when it's already obsolete on, now or on day one?" So we really want to incorporate this new information in the scoping study. This is in the best interest of the company, of our shareholders. Of course, we want to deliver something that's reality and reflects the the real value of the deposit. And what this will also do is, because these holes are in the guts of our starter pit, these stage 1 pits that we design now, it's going to reduce our strip ratio. It's already very low, in those first years, well below 1 to 1, like 0.3, 0.5 to 1. So it'll come down even lower. And so that's very material to what we're trying to show in our scoping study. And so we're going to take a breather here, and they've asked for an extension to be able to incorporate this. And I'm taking this to the board this week to discuss this with them. I agree. We should grant them the extension to come out with another resource that incorporates this additional data that we've already reported and is yet to come.
It's very exciting. I mean, this is you're just talking Korbell Main here. Let's just flip over. You got another drill rig coming for Korbell Main, which is going to increase your rate of results coming back in. But also, let's touch on RPM. You're to the southeast there. You've got not newly discovered, but you're looking at getting onto that last time we spoke. How is RPM going?
It's going hard and fast. So we've been drilling down there for a month now, or about a month. And actually, at the end of last month, we started there. So like 3 weeks. We've completed 3 holes now, almost 1,500 meters in those 3 holes. Remember, we're chasing up a historic hole there, which had 120 meters at over a gram. With these 3 holes that we've drilled so far, we have a drill pad right over the top of that zone. We're hitting the zone, that mineralized zone. We're seeing it in the core. It's looking very exciting geologically. We put those samples on rush, whatever that means these days. It's still a long lead time, but we put those in front of the in front to try to get those results as soon as possible. RPM 1 and 2 are going up to the lab this week. Those to the prep lab this week, and then 3 to follow. So yeah, exciting up there. We have over 5,000 meters to drill there. We expect to complete all that drilling by say September. Perhaps based on results, plan some additional drilling. We always said 5,000 to 10,000 meters at RPM this year. A critical thing with RPM, of course, is based on this drilling we're doing now, we'll be coming out with a maiden resource here in Q4 this year on RPM. And so that'll add some serious depth to the Estelle Gold Project. We're opening up a second resource deposit that we'll be advancing. Don't even want to speculate right now how many millions of ounces that might be. We'll see, but it looks very, very promising on the ground. I'll tell you that. Anyone
who hasn't followed the story is new to it now. They have to understand that the Estelle Project is not just one deposit, but there are multiple deposits, and you're so flat out on Korbell and RPM now. You're mobilising another team now to get out on the ground and do some reconnaissance.
That's right. So we're unlocking a district here. RPM, next cab off the rank, a whole pipeline of 15 other known prospects will be advancing as we move forward. That's right. There's a recon geological team being mobilized in the first week of August, early August, and they're going to start to go to these outer line prospects to start to advance some of these other ones. Shoeshine, Train, T5, the Stony Vein are some of the ones that people have seen in the news past. We'll be advancing those this year to get the next cab off the rank after RPM to bring that through the pipeline. And in addition to that, RPM and Korbell are separated by 20 miles of mineralized strike there. It's an intrusive corridor through there. And when you fly that area, you look down, not much vegetation in that area, and it's just screaming color anomalies all throughout that area, many of them unnamed. And so the teams will be hitting those as well. And you might see some new prospects coming online as well in the coming months.
You're going to have to call one Timothy.
Absolutely. It's on the list, Tim. It's on the list, Timothy.
All right. So what the results from RPM have gone up. When do you expect to have this number 1 maiden resource out for RPM?
Q4. So yeah, Q4.
Before
so we'll
the end of the year.
That's right. There'll be another resource update for Korbell, which will incorporate all this drilling, all these results we're talking about now and more, and as well as RPM. That'll all come this year, Q4.
So it's a ballpark. I know you can't say exactly. You haven't got the results yet now, but from what you're seeing, could we see 6 million ounces as a total resource for the project by the end of the year?
Definitely achievable. Absolutely, definitely achievable.
2 million ounces a year and climbing.
As we discussed, just based on these new results at Korbell alone, raised with 500 million tons. Just raising that average grade of the deposit by 0.05 or 0.1 grams per ton will do it right there. We're in the money.
Fantastic. Chris Gerteisen, CEO of Nova Minerals. Go check him out right now, ASX NVA. Thank you, sir, for joining us today.
Thanks for having us, Tim. Look forward to the next update.